Chris, how is your pee break?
My pee break.
They might flash you undetected.
Random, baby.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Quite an intro.
Let's address the elephant in the room. That's not the elephant in the room. There's no elephant. Nobody cares.
I too am a thought criminal.
Good. Well, I like you already.
Does this look like a girl who's joking around?
No.
Around? But how much do you actually understand money? Especially the new wave.
Beauty or intelligence. When you unleash both, it is men's kryptonite. Welcome to Talk to Me, Taylor.
It's okay. It's not
All
good.
right.
Okay. Yeah, the green matches that. It all comes together. See?
Yeah, I
And
had to
green
get
in
the green,
shirt.
the money green, money smart movement.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to talk all about that.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
need some of your money guidance, so we'll see. Okay, so we look good, feel good.
Yes.
All right. You ready for the Talk to Me Taylor experience?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Born ready?
Yes.
Okay. Wayne Williams, not to be confused with Wendy Williams or Wayne Brady, and not just because you're all black, okay? Like the one and only.
I mean, I
Wayne...
wish I related to Wendy Williams. So I might be her cousin.
You could have told us, Wayne, we wouldn't even know. So
okay,
for all, for all intents and purposes, I mean, sure. And you got the media smarts, like it's all, it's all
yes,
there.
Ma'am.
Okay, so Wayne, you are the host and founder of I Talk Gray,
Yes.
ITG
Media
show and
Yes.
media.
Yes.
Is it giving 50 Shades of Gray? No, it's because we live in the gray.
Yes.
We live in the gray.
Yes.
And I'm with you on that because nobody has any chill. Everyone's here, there, but we are all in the gray. We'll talk about that too. But
correct.
you, Wayne, get people to open up with inspirational stories from business, finance, the hip hop world.
Yes.
So
Okay, you've been doing your homework, huh?
I mean, what do you think these notes are for?
Hey, I like that.
Come on now.
We like that.
I mean, we gotta do our due diligence, and I'm not talking like it's old school.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we got to go old school a little bit.
So, oh yeah, I mean, with the Ed Hardy and everything, was he kidding?
A little Ed Hardy, a little Air Maxes.
they never died. No, I love the Ed Hardy.
You like it?
Yeah.
Love it?
And it even, like I said, it like ties in with the green on the mic. I don't know if you guys can see the green in the glasses. So,
like the Gucci.
Some things just never, die. They're here to stay.
No, that's big facts.
So, what do you say we do a little share for share, show for show? I know we just met, but like you ready?
I know, right? It's crazy, right? But that's how it works, though.
You ready? You ready? No, I wasn't kidding when I said 50 Shades of Grey. No.
Hey.
With inspiration stories.
Okay.
What do you say?
No, I'm with it. Let's do it.
So I'll toss one out to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would love to hear the most inspiring story that you've had on your show.
Okay.
I'll tell you after. So you have to think on your feet a little bit.
All right.
Okay. A little bit of an inspiring story, some of my viewers may know, is when I actually had a Morgan Freeman encounter in Hollywood.
What?
And we were sitting next to each other like this.
Uh-huh.
I was young, fresh on the scene, wearing these ripped up Abercrombie jeans. And he was totally joking. And we were laughing about them. I got it on video, the whole thing. Well, it turned into a whole Me Too moment, unbeknownst to me, years later. There was a piece written about it. Morgan Freeman objectifies female reporter. And I came out and I wrote a whole op-ed making my case for Playboy and said, I'm good with what I wore. I'm good with what happened.
Yeah.
You are not to tell me. I tell you all what happened. And it's all fine. Okay, let's not get it twisted.
Yeah.
And to really write despite narratives, things being in the gray, writing our own stories and our own truths.
Yeah.
So with that, let's hear the most inspirational story you've got from someone perhaps in the hip hop world, Wayne.
From the hip hop world.
Yes.
I don't know if it's going to be inspiring from the hip hop world, though. I don't really think about that.
He's like, have you seen the Diddy documentary? No.
I know, right?
Have you, though?
No, I haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot about it.
I
don't get caught up in the distractions.
Okay.
Right. I think it's all a media ploy anyway. But, hey, 50 don't come after me.
Oh, all the memes, the 50 memes. It's like, I'm not hating as hard. I am not calculating. My 2026 resolution is to calculate half as hard as 50 Cent. No.
Exactly. No, but that was a good story, though. Man, you met Morgan Freeman? That is crazy.
Yeah. But right. And similarly, I'm sure with what you talk about on your show, like the narratives and what's, pushed on us and thinking outside, being in the gray and going, pushing the boundary and going, against the grain.
Yeah.
So okay, maybe not. Wait, why isn't there inspiration in the hip hop world?
Well,
And name drop. Who are some of the big hip hop folks you've interviewed?
you have people like Rick Ross,
Oh, he's like, a little Navy vapor.
Flow Rider. Familiar with Flow Rider? You know.
I left my apple bottom jeans
Okay, boots with the fur.
at
You got
home,
any
but
fur?
should I go?
Yeah, you might have to get a little bit. But I do have a story. Are you familiar with Muhammad Ali?
I mean, wait.
His ex-wife.
Okay.
So she came on the pod, and
Yes.
I'm a real big, sucker for love. I grew up with both my parents, right? So I believe in the power of coming together as a couple, right? So she was giving me a story about when she actually went to go help him with the Rumble in the Jungle in Africa, right? So that's when she kind of found out about his whole scandal. Like he had a whole other kid on the side, but she actually helped him put the show together. So she had to take off the wife hat and put on the friend hat.
Oh
Because
wait,
they met.
she found out and then
She
they
found
were
out
doing
during the whole
Oh.
orchestration
Talk about living
of
in the gray.
yeah. So
Wow.
I was like, wow. She put on the friendship hat because they met as friends, right? And I'm like, man, how were you able to do that? She understood the program. So you got some people, they'll mess up the bag. They won't be able to transition back into how they met. They'll just be operating off of like, nah, I'm your wife or I'm your hubby,
And going nuts, right?
going nuts. But she was able to have that emotional maturity, right? Because you got to practice that emotional muscle, right? You got to sharpen it. She was able to do that and see it all the way through. She said she left him afterward, but at that moment, she was still able to keep her cool so she could see the mission through. So that stood out to me because I'm like, okay, you know what? Emotional maturity is so important. Like we could get caught up with people and their looks and, oh, she got a fatty and these types of things. But how is your emotional state? Because that's really what's going to let us know if we're going to be able to see the test of time. Not saying I'm trying to find a woman that's going to accept me for cheating, but we all go through things, right? And if their emotional side is not there, then you might not be able to see, right, the full vision of where you're trying to go. Because that's why a lot of couples don't really make it.
So interesting. And you're exactly right. It hits so many things, be it like the interpersonal relationships, endeavors, motivation, money. Like it hits every single thing. And being able to bifurcate, because you're exactly right. Most anyone else would just lose sight of what was going on in the project at hand and just absolutely lose their minds.
Black out.
Seeing red. Exactly. And so it seems like for her in the end, it was worth it to put on that other hat, as you said, and just kind of deal what was right in front of her there.
Because she saw a legacy, right? Which ended up living on now to this day.
Of course. Wow. Something to take from that and not being so easily falling victim to being a victim.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, because you got people, they want to be a victim, right? It's easy to be that.
Yeah.
But you want to be a victor.
And what in the role that, again, that's not in the gray, that's super black and white of this happened. I'm like, you're dead to me, this, that anybody else, right, would fall into. You don't exist and just going scorched earth.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
But before you do that, do you believe in doing business with your significant other?
How much time do you have? Wait, because I am in. It's only been 10 years, but and counting. But
okay, you've been married for 10 years.
Not married, but completely intertwined. And even with what you're describing, when things get messy, even right now, if I'm being honest, when things aren't so cut and dry and neat, and being so intertwined in each other's lives on the business, shared goals, work front. So that's why it speaks to me. We didn't even talk about this prior. We literally just met.
This is how it goes. Yes, in the world of entrepreneurship. Yeah.
But yeah, how about you? What do you think?
No, I believe in it. Because I believe in the end of the day, when you bring those components in, right? To me, marriage is a business. So we got to sign a contract, right? So I got to know where your mindset is at. I got to know how your emotional state is at. We might have to do a DNA test, right? To see if there's any type of genetic malfunctions going on.
Wow, he's hardcore crossing the T's and dotting
the I's.
You
got to out here, You have any
I'm
kids?
talking background check. I'm talking.
Yeah, you have any kids?
Nothing says romance like fingerprints and background. No, I don't have kids yet.
Oh, okay.
Do you?
Yes, I have two.
Okay, how old are they?
My daughter's 21 and my son is 19.
What?
Yes.
You're way too young to have it. How?
Thank you.
The math
You
isn't
know, they say the
happening.
black don't crack. But,
Hang
yeah.
on, my notes, even my notes can't figure this out. The notes I've so carefully put together can't
Thank
figure
you.
it
I
out.
appreciate that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So hold on. Back to where we kind of started.
Uh-huh.
Because as you know, I explore this all the time with my viewers. As corrupt as the entertainment world can be, we know that obviously. Even my small slice of Hollywood, even my Morgan Freeman story, right, shows you how, you know, there can be inspiration. You can write your own story, write your own rules. Why was your first thing like, is there inspiration in the hip hop world? It's kind of funny, but is there truth under that?
I mean, let's keep it a buck, right? I mean, I grew up in a time, I'm not sure who you listen to. I grew up listening to Biggie, Jay-Z.
Okay.
You know, I mean, come on.
I'm a millennial. I'm a 90s girl. So it was the Lil Wayne, T-Pain, like Ja Rule. Okay.
Even then, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. So, I mean, let's just be honest. Like, we all heard the lyrics, you know, I got no passion. I got no patience. And I hate waiting. Oh, get your ass in.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the lyrics were kind of, you know what I mean? Like negative, right? I mean, it's a vibe. Definitely. We rock to it, but it's not really the most, you know, positive thing that I would want my kids listening to. I kind of, you know, stop my kids from listening to hip hop.
Do you think that was for show, Wayne? Like, even now I still laugh how it's like, how outwardly misogynistic. Like, bitch, bend over and touch your toes. And we're like, yeah, like 15-year-old. But do you think, I mean, you've interviewed enough of these guys to know, like, was that like sort of like a show and pony dance, or was there truth in that? Well, you think in the like environment and, you know?
Do I believe that some of these songs come from their environment? Of course. But there's a reason why people know Jay-Z but don't know Patrick Bet-David. You know, it's part of the system. You know, so if I have you listening to certain types of music, you're not going to be thinking that you could be the next, you know, Barack Obama, or you could be the next scientist, right? That we actually need. You're going to want to be
so true. Even the glorification of like hustling, violence, like all that kind of stuff. That's just no bueno.
Yeah. You got these kids, they're going to know, you know, hands on your knees, hands on, you know, it's riding. Drake, that's my guy, right? But I don't want my kids singing that, but they understand that you get caught up in the jingles. Did you see Wicked?
For better or worse, yes.
Yeah, so a lot of people are like, oh, it's just a musical, but no, what they were showing us is that's how they catch us, through the jingles, right? Through the vibrations of the sounds, the words.
So in other words, where is the mainstream hit about being a rocket scientist? Like, or a brain surgeon? Like, I need to know.
I think Killer Mike got something. I think he got a song. You know, you got Killer Mike, you know, you got J. Cole's, you know, they sprinkled in there, but it's not a lot. Yeah, you know, it's not a lot of them. And there's a reason for that.
So you mentioned PBD.
Yes.
Do you want to hear my PBD story? It just happened actually in your territory of Florida, where he's based, I'm sure you know.
Oh, yes, of course.
So I met his right hand. And I don't know what you'll make of this story, being like an inspiration guy yourself. But
who, Patrick?
I met Patrick's right hand.
Okay.
So he brought me in to meet like the whole crew, like knowing what I do and seeing the whole thing.
Nice. Okay.
And so I go in, Wayne, I'm wearing like Converse, cut off shorts, like a little, you would think I was like going on a picnic somewhere as some, like, I don't even know what's happening, like Barbie going on a picnic.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, it's chill, I'll meet the team. Next thing I know, he's like, I'm going to take you in to meet Patrick. And he's in the middle of a meeting. I'm like, well, okay, then. He brings me up to the conference room, and there's like 20 deep in this long conference room. They're in the middle of a meeting, and they stop it, and he introduces me to PBD.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is just, I have like 10 seconds. So I'm in my Converse, in my cutoff. They're all in suits. So I make a joke. I'm like, okay, well, I obviously missed the dress code memo. And they all like bust out laughing. But I said to him, I shook his hand, and I was like, come on my show. Best interview you'll ever do. It's just like,
hey,
oh shit, okay.
Yeah. Did he do
it? Well, that remains to be, that's a cliffhanger, actually.
Okay.
TBD.
Because
still in the works. In the works.
Okay.
But you strike me as somebody, you show up in your Ed Hardy. You're just you.
Yes. You
strike me as somebody who, if you are in the gray, do you yourself play by the rules of a role, of wearing the suit, or just like, I'm going to just be me regardless of setting? You talk to finance guys, business people, or do you put yourself in a box.
Well, I believe in diversification, right? You want to dress how you want to be addressed. So I'm coming from the conference now. We just had our big event down here. Are you familiar with Daniel G? Daniel G, he's real big in the sales space.
Okay.
We had Doug Andrews, he's real big in the insurance space. So that's the reason why I'm dressed like this. But I believe you got to diversify, right? So there's sometimes I might be in a suit.
Okay.
Sometimes I might be
fair.
in the Air Maxes. You know, it just depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so you have the Ed Hardy and the Air Max. I'm going to take that as a form of flattery that you just want to be seen by me as like the coolest ever. And, you know.
No,
this-
really and
'cause-
truly, I didn't really have the time
It's like I actually didn't put
to
that
get
much-
back to the hotel, right, to adjust. But I said, hey, you know what? We got to make it happen. That's how it is in entrepreneurship, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, I may not have on the best, attire, but whatever questions that you ask me, and I'm prepared mentally.
I'm also a firm believer. I love that you said that because in another show I'm doing, someone said to me, the idea of sort of presenting yourself and shape shifting depending on the environment, and I'm so not that. I'm like, I will be Barbie anywhere I go, and
Yeah.
I will, and I love that you said that. It's like from the inside out. So it's like this in here is the
Correct.
substance of the party. This
And
is
it's
just like the
authentic.
dressing, and
Yeah.
so you kind of get people to follow suits regardless of, you know, the packaging, right?
Correct. And it's
all
progress
in line.
over perfection,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, nobody's perfect, right? Because you can't put on a suit and still don't know shit, right? So
I always, Wayne, to this day, I'm like, listen, regardless of how you feel about him, Elon Musk, right? Richest, one of those powerful men in the world.
Yeah.
He would show up to cabinet meetings in like a t-shirt. So I'm like, that's what I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think that there's something
who's
totally
gonna tell
to
him
that.
anything, right?
Exactly. Okay, but with that said,
Mhm.
I want to show people Wayne behind the glasses. How about I put them on for this next one?
Oh,
What do
yeah,
you
go
say?
ahead. Yeah,
Okay,
let's
perfect.
go
We'll
ahead.
do a little bit of like a role swap.
And before you go ahead to that, let me go ahead and
Oh,
gift you this.
what?
You know,
Wayne, it's not even my birthday.
really, it is. I thought it was.
It's what is the
Every day
occasion?
your birthday.
Oh my! Well, it is when I sit down with Wayne Williams.
Yeah, I believe in providing value.
Oh my! I
and
love.
giving
Thank
before receiving.
you.
Yeah, so we got the Bel Air. Shout out to Ross.
Oh my gosh! I actually love this, and I'm not the. I drink like with a special occasion, which will definitely this will be put to
well,
good
you
use.
can
And
chill
I
it, you
used
know,
and it's chilled, by the way, too. And you must have read my mind, although we just met. I just used this exact one with for mimosas over the holidays. So mind reader Wayne,
That's synchronicity.
perfect. I
Yes.
can't wait. Should we just pop it now and just give people a real
Hey,
show, like when they really sign up
I
for
don't
Red
know.
Ed Hardy t-shirt contest? Okay, thank you so much.
No, you're
Wayne.
welcome.
Love it. I'm gonna put it right here if you guys can see a little, just the tip. You know what I mean? Okay. So he's like, "What did I sign up for?" All right.
I love
Most inspirational story. It's okay. Maybe what the hip hop world is lacking, the finance world makes up for. So
Mhm.
maybe someone that you interviewed in the business finance sphere that really stuck with you and really struck you, being, you know, inspiring.
The one from Muhammad Ali was my most inspirational due to the fact that, like I said, you know, growing up, you know, seeing my parents do a lot of things together, like real estate, and you know, they built a lot of things together. So that kind of really stuck with me. Another interview I did was with Dr. Delvina. She's a psychiatrist out of South Florida.
Okay.
You know, I was kind of going through a little battle with, you know, my son's mom and things like that.
Okay.
So that's really how I got my podcast started. I was really just looking for an outlet to kind of vent about, you know, fighting for my kids in the judicial system.
Interesting.
Yes.
I was gonna say at first, before you finish that thought, looking for almost like answers, but spiritually, and you're like, no, like actually logistically in the judicial system. And then it blossomed into your show now.
Correct.
And did you find that there was so much gray in that? Is that why your show evolved into what it is now?
That is correct. Look how smart you are. I like that.
It's just the glasses.
Yes,
I can't
Gucci,
take.
you know
I can't take credit.
Yeah, this is what Gucci do.
I can't take credit. Okay. So what about that experience in the maybe something we wouldn't know if we're not as well versed?
So it's just, you know, when you're in the judicial system, especially as a black man, you know, things don't always really go right.
Go your way.
You know? So I had a lawyer, but at the end of the day, it's like I was supposed to be the lawyer because he wasn't really asking the questions that I felt like he should have asked. Like, you know, the judge thought me wanting my son, you know, 3 weeks was too much. I'm like, how is that too much? You know, I actually want to spend time with my son, right? 'Cause a lot of dads don't realize, you know, when you spend time with your children, the less child support you have to pay, right?
It's like first things first. So as you get to the numbers,
Right. So with Dr. Delvina, you know, she was kind of able to give me a different perspective on, you know, looking at the situation with me and my son, you know, because he was kind of like, you know, siding with his mom. So I kind of was understanding why 50 Cent didn't have a good relationship with his son, but she was just bringing it back to a lot of these kids, they're programmed by their parents, you know, so it's like you can't really expect much of them from an emotional standpoint. They're just trying to really be kids. So I looked at it like it was a therapy session during my podcast, you know, because shoot, to hire her is like $350 an hour. So,
you're like, I got it all 2 for 1. There you go.
you know,
Exactly.
yeah. So it was
It's
a
like
win-win.
you were looking for answers on every level. It was like spiritual, financial, logistics, like all
There we
right
go.
there. Yeah, and it turned into your show.
Yes.
Question for you before I go to the next thing, which is all about
Okay.
the money, honey.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right, get
Money,
rich.
money,
Speaking of
money,
50,
money.
get rich or die trying. Shit, Lord knows I am. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
but you talk about it. Just brought me back again to the beginning. You talked about, you know, obviously learning all this in the, you know, judicial system, and you're like, what did you say? You're like, I think the Diddy things is all the show's all a what is it, like
Oh, yeah.
a show actually?
Yeah.
Why?
So, I mean, any press is good press, right? So regardless of however you're being looked at in the press, it's still good for him. His name is still being kept relevant.
Oh,
So
you're saying like for him, like advantageous for him, as
correct.
kind of twisted as that is.
Correct. So even though like we may look at it and be like, oh my God, it's just, and not saying that the things that he didn't do was wrong, right? But at the end of the day, if you're putting yourself out in the media, right? Like I'll give you a perfect example. I had are you familiar with Shabazz OG? He's part of Floyd Mayweather, the Money Team. So I was doing a live podcast and he was actually giving me a take on Maya Angelou. So I didn't know Maya Angelou was a prostitute.
I didn't either.
Yeah, this was new. So you see how you reacted like that?
You did the same thing.
I did the same thing. I'm like, what?
Wow.
And that clip went viral. But it was only really supposed to be your beginning doesn't determine your end.
Well, I was going to say I low-key love that.
But the way my editor chopped it up, it was just like, Maya Angelou was a hoe.
Right. Oh,
and
yeah.
that sparked the Instagram, the YouTube. We did over probably like 400,000 views on Instagram.
Wow.
So I'm only saying this to say, yeah, we had people in the comments that was, what are you, da 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 da. But from that, my subscribers went up, merch, everything. So
it's like the sensationalism and obviously like sex sells with anything or shock
Correct.
value, right? I kind of love that though, even though I personally think that her politics are shit. Like I love the Cardi B story from like the stripper to the, it's that idea. It's like, the American dream, or even Kim Kardashian.
Oh, correct. Yeah. She
I
made
will
a tape.
never knock her.
I ain't gonna knock no hustle.
To Billy, I'm just saying. I'm
just saying. Like, shoot, somebody find my tape.
Yeah, not that Diddy though is under this category, but I actually, you know, and I hadn't thought of it that way because it is this sort of like, you know, it has been sensationalized and memeified as this like 50 Cent revenge tour, which is also very funny and entertaining, but I hadn't thought of it in the reverse.
But look at 50 though. He makes his career off of beef. So if you beef with 50, your sales are going up.
Okay, can I tell you something actually so twisted? And it's crazy you say that, but watching the documentary, and I was so disgusted. I was like, this is absolutely vile. But I was like, I made a whole playlist, like The Dream, Danity Kane, Diddy. Like it brought me back to that time. Yeah. And it is on my Spotify current playlist right now. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
The man is talented. It's just like people saying they're not going to listen to R. Kelly.
I will
That's
say
my
all
man
the time,
still.
I say all the time, like I can always respect Kanye West for the artist, visionary,
yes,
revolutionary
he's
he
another
was.
one.
Period. Like I can separate the art from the artist, but
correct.
You are exactly right.
Thank you.
About that. Oh, he's like, it's the glasses.
Yeah,
it's the glasses.
Glasses. I don't know what Gucci doing. Send me another pair. You know?
IQ just okay. So I'm gonna be honest with you. What I do in my domain, I will throw down. Like in my craft, interview, right? But Wayne, just like that.
Okay, I'm with it.
But my Achilles heel,
Mhm.
and I know my weakness is not a strong suit of mine,
That's good.
is money.
At least you're honest though, because people don't like to talk about money when they got it, and they don't like to talk about it when they don't got it.
I know.
But we got to talk about it.
Well, talk to us about it, because I have, and I won't get too much into it, but
Mhm.
you know, as like, you know, fearless and in your face and, you know, brazen as I can be and all that with money, I
Mhm.
have really, and it stems from even like how I grew up, or, you know, my parents are both self-made. I was always taught like the idea that money is very, you have to sacrifice. It's very hard. It's the them versus us. It's very hard to get. It's even
Mhm.
now still, right? I way underpriced, even myself. Like I
Mhm.
look at other people, I'm like, what the, like I could be charging 10 times more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you find that that's a common problem? Any remedies? Like all these conversations, is it that just human nature? Is it the climate we're in?
Mhm.
Help us out, Wayne.
You ever read the book The Psychology of Money?
Mm-mm.
I highly recommend it, right? So you just hit it right on the head there. Lots of times our respect to money comes from our childhood. So what you just
Mm-hmm.
said, you was like, oh man, the way I was raised, you know, it was always hard to get,
You have
right?
to struggle.
You
You
got to
have to the
struggle.
whole thing.
So just like it says in the Bible, in the beginning was the word, right? So that's why they call it spelling, because you could literally cast spells. So you're casting a spell now saying that money is hard to get. So money is always going to run away from
Mm-hmm.
you, right? No, money is my friend. Money comes to me easily, right?
Well, Wayne, I do the daily, as I'm sure many of you guys do. I do the affirmations, the meditate, all that shit every day.
But if there's a blockage in your subconsciousness, right, then there's no
Yes,
resonance. So you could
exactly. You
say,
could
yeah,
say on the surface,
I am highly abundant, but you don't
oh,
feel that shit. You see what I'm saying? So nothing's
yeah.
gonna manifest.
Yes, yeah.
So you gotta feel it in order for it to be real. You know what I'm saying? So lots of times people don't realize like your conscious mind is going east, but your subconscious mind is going west.
Yes, yeah,
So there's no real alignment because there's
yeah,
an internal conflict.
yeah.
So you might have to dive deeper into letting go of that childhood ritual.
All right. Also in the gray, because look, I understand the whole notion. Money can't buy you happiness, of course not. But let's be real. We're surrounded by people. I'm
Hey,
saying that's
it could, you know, it
Wayne.
gives you some options.
I'm right, like resources, ease. Would you
Correct.
rather have it or not? I mean, I'm just saying.
No, of course.
So talk about, and like you do, you know, you have you have kids, like you seem like you have the best of both worlds and understand the best of both worlds. So again, where is the gray in that notion of, you know, money can't buy you happiness?
I mean, money can't buy you happiness, but it could buy you options, right? So I tell people at the end of the day, you don't have to be the best. You just got to be surrounded by the best,
Mm-hmm.
right? So people say fake it till you make it. I say leverage till you make it.
Mm-hmm.
So I may not, you know, be the Warren Buffett of finances, but I'm associated with somebody that is.
Mm-hmm.
So before I make certain types of financial decisions, I could consult with Patrick. I could consult with Matt Sapala. You know, these are financial experts that's been in the business for over 27 years. So even though I may be new coming in as a novice, I can still say, well, hey, you think this is right for me to go on this podcast and, you know, spend this bag? What's the viewers looking like? Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead, do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I tell people that all the time. Who are you connected to?
Your net, this is another cliche, but the idea of like your network is your net worth.
There you go.
That idea.
Yeah.
All right. Lastly,
Mm-hmm.
what is something, Wayne, because your whole thing is exploring the gray and things are not black and white.
Correct.
What is something in society? Obviously, there's so much that's in the gray, but something that like you, Wayne, that really kind of grinds your gears, that's in the gray that people do not see. It could be politically, socially, culturally, whatever it is, that people just need to see the gray and they're not seeing.
That there's always more than one way to make something happen, right? Like life is going to throw adversities at us, but when it does, that's basically a test to decide if we're trying to go to that next level. So much people are so quick to give up. They say they want it, but then when the challenges come, they go ahead and throw in the towel. No, that's your opportunity to say, you know what, let me go through the back door, right? I've always been an advocate of that. Things may not be always linear. You got to think outside the box. So I see that so much with people. We get caught up with social media. We get caught up with our friends. That's why I always say, who do you have in your circle, right? If you're hanging around 5 bums, you're going to be the 6th, right? That level of influence that we get, you know? So I tell people, no, man, get in that gray area, make it happen.
I would take it a step further too, because like I'll always rag on the like instant gratification, social media of it all. And so
Yeah.
your point about, you know, if you're coming up against struggle, if it's not right there, like we're seeing all the flashy, like people on their, you know, the Jake and Logan Pauls and they're multi-million on their private jet and da-da-da.
Yeah.
So people just give up, or like you said, throw in the towel or whatever it is, because even as simple as, oh, I posted this, why don't I have 50,000 views and whatever it is. And it has people so delusional and young people about success and longevity and everything that you're talking about. And that just, I think, like, is that like twist the knife.
No, that's a huge mistake. You can't judge a person's chapter 10 to your chapter 1. You know what I'm saying? Like people are just seeing the harvest. They're not seeing when you planted the seed. You know what I mean? So then at the end of the day, a lot of people out here are afraid to do work. You got to put in the work. It don't just happen like that. I mean, unless you Diddy kids. You know, but they still had to put in a certain amount of work too.
We're so on the same page, because we were just talking about the Kim Kardashian thing, and remember she got so much shit when she was like, get your fucking ass at work, no one wants to work. I'm like, she's right though. Where's the lie? And she got so much shit, but nobody does want to work.
No, yeah. What did Britney Spears says? You want to know you gotta eat? You gotta work, bitch.
The famous words.
You want a Maserati?
She put like, where's the lie?
Yeah.
It's so true. It's so
you gotta put in the work, man. You gotta be consistent, right? Like I've had other podcasters say, oh, you was at the BET? Yeah, motherfucker. Because I put in work. I jumped in DMs. I was willing to do shit for free that other people wasn't willing to do. I was willing to get off work and drive all the way to South Beach, 2 hours away, just to make something happen.
When everybody was on their like self-help staycation, this, that, the other, Wade was over here busting his butt and going to the BET. So
exactly.
So
Christmas Day, I'm still working.
I'm the
Thanksgiving,
same.
I'm putting in work.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Wayne, thank you so much. Tell everyone where we can find you, what's next for you, and how we can follow along on, you know, on the journey. So with or without the glasses, the Gucci, although it's working for you. But...
It's working? Thank you. I appreciate that. Gucci, go ahead, hook up. You can find me at The Real Wayne Williams. I had to create my personal page. But if you want to follow the podcast, it's I Talk Gray Podcast. That's on all platforms. Spotify, that's the audio, YouTube, TikTok. You got to have the TikTok. Shout out to Donald Trump for the TikTok, right? But
sorry to the CCP. Trump came in and secured it. No,
hey, you know,
yeah.
But what I have going on, we're going to be out in Vegas in August. You know, we're going to be doing it big. We have another big event. Hopefully, you can come out. You know, get some interviews with Pat. You know, I can make it happen.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes,
well, listen. Cheers. We're going to take this to the after party and give you guys a little bit of FOMO.
Party. Yeah, you got to qualify for that.
Yeah, exactly. Cheers to that, to us, and appreciate you, Wayne. Thank you so much. And to first meeting, because it literally just happened right now.
See this synergy? You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Dr. Umar. I don't know, but you know.
We're gonna now. Maybe we'll like spray ourselves with the shit. Maybe we'll maybe that'll be a Patreon OF exclusive. And you guys, sorry, it's gonna. I'm just saying, because now Wayne has me thinking about money and ways to make it. So I'm just gonna be creative.
That's good. I love it.
All right, Wayne. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
So fun. All right. Let's see here. Make sure we're good to go.
Chris, how was your pee break?
My pee break?
They might flash you undetected.
Wear them, baby.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me. Quite an intro.
Let's address the elephant in the room. That's not the elephant in the room. There's no elephant. Nobody cares. I too am a thought criminal.
Good. Well, I like you already.
Does this look like a girl who's joking around?
No.
But how much do you actually understand money? Especially the new wave.
Beauty or intelligence? When you unleash both, it is men's kryptonite. Welcome to Talk to Me, Taylor.